over the course of the last 12 months, we have been able to create over 100 podcasts at Bizz 99.9 FM substitute radio. We've also created over 200 videos of cricket and a few video game videos and a few football videos, and then a couple of dozen or so special montage video and photo presentation. And right now I am in the middle of a project to create some video essays of specific particular topics that are of great interest to me that would require a more of an audio-visual presentation. So plenty of podcasts have been written and orally, verbally recorded, and we already have over 100 of them. But what I've been looking at is the question of whether some sort of podcast could be created which is then complemented with some visuals to help provide meaning to what is being talked about verbally, and maybe even a bit of audio-visual commentary materials such as small snippets from videos that can provide more detail to the topic at hand. And so we are currently at work investigating whether this is possible. Bizz 99.9 FM substitute radio is obviously mostly interested in podcasts, but we are going to be looking at whether or not it could be possible to create some sort of a video essay sort of ideas. Now, exactly what they will look like, exactly how they will function, how long they will take to make, whether they'll be popular or not, these are all questions that are open up in the air right now, and there's just no way of actually ascertaining any of the details right now. First of all, we just have to start making some, and we don't know how long it'll take, we don't know how easy it is, how difficult, and then after it's done, we can then test to see how popular it is, which will tell us whether this was just a wild experiment there's no further long-term interest in, or whether this could be actually become a regular part of the Bizz 99.9 FM substitute radio publishing schedule. So right now I'm just going through the basic details of what a video essay might look like, and then I will start to make one, and then we'll publish it, and then we'll see what the reaction is and whether it can compare with what type of reaction we usually get from our podcast. It might be less, it might be more, and there's no real way of determining the exact parameters until we have the statistical evidence. And the topics that I am interested in right now of creating video essays for are currently: 1, the cartoon Dilbert, which went on American TVs in 1999 and 2000, which has largely disappeared from popular awareness and was just a blip on the radar. It was on an obscure TV channel. It often had poor ratings because of bad scheduling, time slots, and yet it is a gem. It is a terrific show. It's just unfortunate that first of all it got cancelled, and then that very few people got to see it at the time because it is just so well made, so funny, and I think that a show like Dilbert deserves some appreciation, and that's why I think a video essay discussing the great legacy of Dilbert as a lost gem is very much worthwhile. A second topic for a video essay would be the anime cartoon show Transformers: Robots in Disguise, which took place in Japan in 2000 and in the West in 2001. And again, this is a forgotten gem. The show is very, very funny, very well made, wonderfully acted. It's such an entertaining romp of a story, and yet it tends to be forgotten about in the Transformer lore because it happened in that obscure gap at the end of the Beast Wars era and before the Transformers Armada series started. So there's this tiny little gap between the two major Transformer franchises of the time, and this little series Robots in Disguise, which is in Japan is called Car Robots, is just forgotten about, and that's rather unfortunate because I think this series really deserves much more than it gets. So those are my first two projects, and then I'm hoping to work on some others in the near future. I'm not exactly sure what type of video essays are going to be most interesting or most popular, but we'll just see. Another little project that I'm currently working on are going to be some best moment montages. Now that Good Game Pocket has been cancelled for a year and a half, and now that Screenplay has been cancelled, there is tons of material of Nick Boy, Barjo and Steph and Goose, which is in the archives, which is not time sensitive now that the shows are no longer in production, which is full of wonderful, wonderful, entertaining and funny and fascinating materials. And so my goal is to create a comprehensive collection of the best that Good Game Pocket, the best that Good Game, and the best that Screenplay had to offer. It is going to be a massive project, and it will not take up 1 or 2 videos, it will likely take up dozens and dozens of videos through the various volumes of this collection. So it's going to be a huge project, it'll take a long time to produce, and it'll take up a lot of space on the Bizz 99.9 FM Substitute Radio YouTube channel, but I really think that would be worthwhile because it really makes sense that we just establish how much we admired those shows, how much we remember them, how much we appreciate what they've done for us by absolutely setting down in stone a tribute that is worthy of the show's contribution. So, those are the major projects which I'm concerned about. I'm sure that there are some other topics for video essays that I am working on which I can't remember immediately at the time, but later on I will inform you of what those are. In the meantime, I am working on some other podcasts, but they are on the back burner right now, and we're just working towards some big things happening, particularly in June and July. It's been a very quiet April and May ever since the cricket grand final happened in March, and we had to edit and produce it. Nothing much has happened, and if you go onto our YouTube channel, the last video that you can see uploaded is still going to be the grand final, and that hasn't changed, and that won't change for a little while yet, but eventually we'll have some much more interesting materials coming your way. We just have to work through this situation that we're currently dealing with, and then we'll go forward from there. Thank you very much. I am Stuart McMc at Bizz 99.9 FM Substitute Radio. I'll talk to you soon next time. Bye.